Feel blessed. Be blessed. Stay blessed. Good morning. The root. The root of it all. Not to truly come to understand where the root of who you truly are stems from. What is within those roots that make you who you are? Only when one is willing to understand the true foundation and true nature of self will you truly prosper and grow in this world. A tree has multiple branches. It reaches out and stretches out and grows tall and all these things. But without the root of it all, could no tree ever become tall? Could no branch reach out to touch the sun? If the roots are bad, are damaged, are sitting in diseased ground, then the rest of the tree will suffer. So it's not until you tend to the roots of all that you are can you truly begin to grow. And it's with understanding the root cause of anything that may have occurred can you actually come up with a true answer. Some things are meant not to be understood, but majority of things can be understood if you simply take time to analyze from a state of you and not I, where it's egotistical and the view is jaded by all your false emotions that come and go. The root. That is the most important thing of any plant is the root. And once you find a way to understand what is the root source of why you are who you are, then the whole game changes. It just switches up. And it becomes something so much more than even you thought or imagined it could be. Because now you're actually dealing with the true nature of self. Because you've taken time to tend to the roots of who you are and what makes you more you. It's a beautiful thing when you do. You ever notice when you repot a plant into a bigger pot, how that plant begins to thrive even more? It's because the roots now have a chance to extend itself, allowing whatever the plant may be to grow that much taller, that much stronger, that much more beautiful. Without taking time to tend to the roots, you're pretty much just wasting your time. You're taking care of the top portion of the tree, but you're not doing anything to nurture the roots. So no matter what you do to the top, eventually everything else will simply just die because the roots are weak. You place so much on the top of it that the roots can no longer hold it up. So it tumbles over because your roots are weak. But when you take that time to resoil and repot and replant who you are in a new belief, in a deeper truth than what you once understood or believed, then you will begin to grow in a way that you would never have grown before because you've taken time to tend to the roots. Within the roots is how we thrive. It's what makes us be able to stay alive as if we just tend to the roots. There's no more spinning your wheels. There's no more running. You become deeper planted in something that you truly feel. No longer wasting time trying to understand why you feel the way you feel, but simply accepting it and letting it take you wherever it's supposed to take you. Because the only way to truly see is to close your eyes and feel life. To feel it. When we pray, we close our eyes. When we kiss, we close our eyes. Because we want to feel. And that is the root of life, is to feel. I mean, truly feel. Not from an egotistical standpoint, but from a more puristic, soulistic standpoint. Where you learn to simply be accepting, excuse me, of all things, all beliefs, because no one's right or wrong. If you are deeply rooted in what you believe, then that is your truth. And my truth may not agree with your truth, but it's still your truth. No matter how right or wrong it may be, it's still your truth. No different than my truth, it's still my truth. When you learn to move from a state of you learn to take all those different states of truths and mingle them all together to where it becomes something so beautiful. Not fighting what someone else has to say, not disagreeing, but simply finding a way to mold and mingle those two roots together where something beautiful could still grow. Or something beautiful will exist that would not have existed if you didn't take time to deal with the roots and simply see that we are all the same. We are all beautiful. We are all amazing, no matter skin tone, sex, race, religion, whatever separation you want to label it as. They don't exist. There is no separation. You cannot separate energy. You can't. And we are first and foremost energy. We are first and foremost spirit with a body and not the other way around. That is the root of who you are. The light within us is there because we are once light to begin with. And the more you accept your light that you have within you, no matter what color it may be, and you shine it back into this world, Every angel in heaven sings when each individual chooses to do this. And whether the moment lasts for 5 minutes or 5 years, it doesn't matter. You have raised the value and the energy signature of that source. The root of it all. It's quite beautiful. If you just simply take time to tend to the root, that's when you truly begin to see. The deeper your roots, the stronger you are. The more you take time to deal with your roots and you are willing to shift into another space, no matter how weird it may be, to simply be ready to be unready and still grow. No matter how unready you may be, you still have the ability to grow. It's a beautiful thing. And you tend to the roots. Look yourself in the mirror and say that my life is not what it is, what I want it to be. What I want it to be. Because of this person or that person. No, there are things that you did, or the action of things that you should have done that wasn't done, is why you stand where you stand. No one is free from sin, and we all ask for forgiveness for something. Whether we verbally say it or we say it quietly to ourselves, we all ask for forgiveness. We are perfectly imperfect. When you deal with the root, you'll find a way to be beautiful even with those imperfect perfections. It's a wonderful thing. And you simply just take time. Take time Take the time to simply repot yourself in something more intense, something more nourishing to your soul. A plant cannot grow stronger if the soil is not tilled. You have to take time to give aeration to the soil. Loosen the roots up. Put it in something bigger in order for it to be much stronger and more beautiful. You ever notice when you take a plant and you take one plant and you pot it into a pot? You take the other plant and you pot it and you put it directly into the ground. 9 times out of 10, the one that's in the ground is going to have much more productivity to it than something that's placed into a pot, because there are limitations in that pot. It's time to go to the roots and just put your seed in the ground of the earth, not in the potting of the ideas of what man thinks is true or untrue or beautiful or not beautiful. No. Don't place your seed in such a pot. You place it into the ground. You place it into the earth. So there is no limitation once it begins to grow and stretch and become deeper rooted into the earth, the core, the root of what we truly are. It's a beautiful thing when you just deal with the root and stop wasting time trying to prune the branches and things of that nature, and cut this from your life, cut that from your life. You grow a little shorter in self-faith because the people around you are telling you are less than what you should be. That you can't possibly do what you want to do because you ain't gonna be able to do it. You ain't do it last time, so why you think you can do it this time? If you just simply take time to focus on the root, all the other things are irrelevant, because the root is strong enough so the branches do not mind growing. Tree does not mind getting taller because it's not worried about what may be in its way. It will find a way to go around it because the roots are too strong to allow anything to stop it from growing. Take time to deal with the roots. Deal with the roots. Please, by all means, just deal with the roots. Everything else, you can find a way around. You will grow around it if you just take time to deal with the roots. So while you're doing that, feel blessed. Be blessed. Stay blessed. Good morning. Good morning to you all. Deal with the roots. Deal with the roots. Please.